Let me directly say this. I have been thinking about Life of Pi since a very long time, and it's been nearly 10 days since I finished the book, and it is the only book that's on my mind. And after Life of Pi, I have started and completed Richard Dawkins' The Magic of Reality. Of course, it is very impressive. And after that, I have started Bone Clocks by David Mitchell, and totally excellent and extraordinary piece, and it is going on well. But Life of Pi is the thing that really stands out, and maybe there is this one reason, because Life of Pi is more like an allegory. It is not just a story what is being told, but there are a lot of underlying meanings or something, and a lot of message that's being given or something like that. Because it is not just a tiger or a boy living in a boat. It is not an adventurous story. I have been telling this all the time. This is not some kind of an adventurous story in which a hero is going to equip everything with him, and he is going to have a lot of courage, and he is going to come out of these problems or something. It's nothing like that. This is totally different. This is more like a search for God at times of despair. That's what this is. It is more like searching for a God. And what kind of a God is there outside? What is the God we are going to find out? Is it the God who is going to sympathize with us, or he is going to have empathy for us, or is he going to come out towards it? He's going to talk with us, or he's going to be a really good friend, like shown in the movies or showing in the mythologies or something. We can see God everywhere. You look at a blue whale and you find something related to God in the blue whale. You look at a thunder and there is something related to God in the thunder. You see a deadly island. There is something related to God in the deadly island. And finally, the most important part, or the most interesting part for me was, or is, the tiger is a God too. If something happens, the tiger might kill him. The tiger might kill the boy, but at the same time, the tiger is the thing that keeps him alive. It's hard to put it. Like, what is the one reason that he wants to live hard? Like, he wants to make out a lot of work. He wants to be conscious all the time. He wants to think all the time. He doesn't wants to get into despair, because if he gets into despair, the tiger is going to get him. If he stops thinking, the tiger is going to get him. If he wants to give up, tiger is going to get him. He does one negative thing, the tiger is going to get him, because he doesn't want the tiger to get him. He keeps on living. A very complicated thing. And I loved it. Is tiger the God Jan Martel is talking about? Or the blue whale which comes in the middle and it awes him with its magnanimity or something? The sea, the vast sea is God. All the fishes and all the turtles are God. The whale, the thunder, the storm that keeps him rocking for 7 days is God. The thought of his mother is God. What is God? Is all this together one God? Or all these things different gods? It is a boring book, definitely. It definitely is a boring book. It is boring because it is verbose. A lot of words, lots of descriptions and all. Lot of description. I don't know. A few things we don't even understand, because he talks about fishing, and he talks about boating, and he talks about tying a ratch and everything, which we don't get at all. If we don't know the images of it, if we have no pre-knowledge of it, we are not going to get it. And the other point is, for the first 100 pages or 120 pages or 150 pages, I don't exactly remember, he's going to talk about zookeeping. A lot about animals, behavior of animals, feelings of animals, or psychology of animals or something. Amusing stuff, totally. He's stuck in the sea, man. Nothing happens at all. Nothing happens, no action happens at all. All action happens inside. He thinks, he changes, he grieves, he cries, he weeps, he regrets, he has remorse, he remembers things, all these things. But at the same time, it is soul scorching, it burns our soul actually. The way from which he becomes a live fish eater, from being a staunch vegetarian, is soul scorching totally. I think Life of Pi is one book we should all read, highly recommended. And after reading the book, if you read it at all, tell me how you felt about it. Thank you.